Alright, what's going on, guys? Step one, you put the rice in the rice cooker. Easy, enough said. And right now I have the onions in the pot, so you want to cut the onions. You want to dice the onions, put them in the pot first, so you make sure that those onions get fully cooked. Next, you want to make sure you put in these diced green chilies. 1 or 2 cans works out, one of these small ones. But you want to do the onions, diced chilies, ground turkey, all in the pot at the same time. Let that cook. So today we're gonna be using. Let's see. Today we're actually gonna be using ground beef. Looks like it's 93% lean. So that's gonna be good. And then after we put in the onions, the ground turkey, the damn ground beef, and the chilies, we're going to douse it in chili powder and garlic powder. These are key ingredients, obviously, because we are making chili. So these are the chips that I'm using. Trader Joe's salted tortilla chips, big bag. I think it's only like $4. So these onions are in there. I'm going to put the turkey in. I'm going to put the chilies in, and then I'm going to check back in here. Okay, I should have did this before I started opening and cooking everything, but these are the ingredients right here. So, well, we have an onion. This is half an onion, diced. And then we have refried beans. This is regular corn, black beans. We always do low sodium. And then 2 cans of diced green chilies, chili powder, garlic powder, and of course salsa. And the ground beef foundation of this chili. And the rice is optional. I like to use that, put the chili on a bed of rice so that it soaks up some of the moisture from the meat juices that get to the bottom once it's cooked. I like it a little bit drier, especially when I'm using chips to scoop it up. I don't want a bunch of crap wetness on the chips. So there we have it. So I feel like something important is that you put in the green chilies, onion, and all that with the either turkey or beef, whatever you're using, because it keeps it wet, and so that the meat does not stick together and clump together, you know, because the worst thing you want is chili with chunks of meat in there. So you make sure you're using a spoon to, you know, kind of separate it, but it should do that on its own if you have all this stuff in there. And then just make sure it's fully cooked, and you put in the rest of the ingredients, and that's pretty much it. Easiest chili recipe ever. Okay, so I've now added the chili powder and the garlic powder in generous servings. So it's colored the chili a little bit, and this chili is getting pretty cooked. So next thing we're going to put in is these refried beans, which I prefer over the black beans, but I might do both today. It'll look funny. Hold on. So you're gonna get you got a can of refried beans in there. You're gonna take half out, about half. So today was a little bit experimental. Instead of a half can of refried beans, I used the entire can of refried beans. It smells very thick. And I used almost the entire jar. I'm not a big fan of tomatoes, so I thought a little bit less salsa might be good. So this is what we're working with. Pretty much the final product. I'm going to do a little bit more stirring. I'm not going to stir on camera with one hand because I'm going to knock the pot off the damn stove, but it's pretty much it, folks. That's the recipe and the steps to make it. I'm going to update after we get a taste test here. So we're eating the food, and the taste test for me is that I think it is better with less tomato-y stuff taste. But I'm not a big fan of tomatoes, so that is to be expected.
I think it's very good. I like tomatoes, so the taste is a little bit different. So I think if you're making this recipe at home, definitely like adjust the amount of salsa like to your tomato preference.
Yep.
Delicious.
What was that?
It's delicious.
Yeah. I'm not. Alright, we're gonna eat. Bye.